Robot. In this next part, I'm just gonna quickly show like how to delete things you may not want in your video anymore. So we're gonna use this clip for an example. I don't want it in here anymore because it's just too long. So what you do is make sure you select the clip that you want to delete. Now, to be honest, you don't have to. As long as you hover the mouse over it and right click it, it'll select it. But just to be sure that you have the right thing selected, I suggest clicking on it first to make sure you know exactly what you're deleting. Then right click and then go to delete. Now for transitions, I've mentioned this in a previous transition part. To remove transitions, make sure you select the clip that has a transition on it. And you go up to animation. Depending on where the transition is if the bar is at the end of a clip, then you got to go to out. If the bar is at the beginning of a clip, you have to go to in. But the one that I selected, the bar, this white bar down here, I'm not sure if you can really see it, it's at the end. So that means it's an out transition. So I'm going to go to out. And whenever you click on a clip that has a transition on it, it'll highlight the transition that it's currently using. So you'll always know which transition is in effect. And to remove it, of course, you just go to none. And now the transition is gone. Another thing, like say you have an audio file, just like the video clip I deleted, you just make sure you click on that so that it's selected, then right click, then delete. Another thing I wanted to bring up, in a previous video I mentioned how there's like a lane that these visual clips sit in. For audio clips, they can't sit in the same lane. See how it forced it down into the next lane? So if you have a clip or if you have a file that is just music or some kind of sound and it doesn't originally have any kind of visual in it, it's always going to be in a separate lane from the visual clips. Just wanted to bring that up real quick. And one last thing, say you want to select multiple things, because I know if you have like a lot of things you want to delete, it would take forever to click one thing and delete it and click another thing and delete it. So if you want to select more than one thing to delete, hover your mouse over an empty space like this, left click and hold the button down, and then drag the mouse. It'll create this like box, and you just drag that box over whatever parts you want to delete and it'll select them. So once you have the parts you want to delete selected, you let go. Those two things will be selected now. You right click and you hit delete. And there you go. That's how you delete files and clips from your video. See you again in the next one.